Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. When last we left off, there was an explosion in the treasure chamber. I think Inch might have wanted to try and kill Adil, and secure the diamond for himself, in a typical way that Inch does things, with explosions, and not caring if anyone else gets hurt. We've knocked out Constable Oliver, and now we only have one option ahead of us. The hole with the rope.
This is the opposite of a clever burglary. Inch must have decided to do it the violent way as soon as he realized he couldn't count on me. I would have died in the explosion and been the scapegoat.
You're figuring it out, Adil. There's only one thing you can do now, and that's to go down there and confront Inch. Probably with Oliver's gun. There you go. You're looking for it? Didn't check it was loaded, I see. I hope that doesn't come back to bite you. Oh wait! It does. Now we get to see how this all ends.
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Adil.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Hello, Adil.
Adil, this could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing.
Yep.
I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.
Oh dear.
No! Stupid little policeman. He shouldn't have messed with the Raven.
You aren't the Raven! The Raven would never have shot a defenseless old man!
No, he wouldn't have. But now he has. At least that's what everyone will think.
Why does that matter? Who are you?
We worked for him, for the Raven, my brother and I. He's responsible for my brother being shot and for my crippled arm. He sacrificed us.
Who? Who is the Raven?
I don't know. I never met him, and in all these years, I've never found him.
You don't know who you worked for?
No one knows who the Raven is. Some say he's dead. The fact is, he never returned to the stage after that fatal night in Paris.
So you want to lure him out of hiding?
And if anything can, it's the burglary of the century executed by another thief while using his name.
He doesn't come.
But I still got my revenge. The gentleman thief, now a bomb-throwing murderer. Oh, I do hope he is still with us, watching helplessly as I ruin his life's work, as he ruined mine. Enough chatter. I'll be going.
But why?
Your little girlfriend escaped, and if I can't eliminate all the witnesses, I can at least destroy their credibility. Why did you just shoot poor Constable Zellner, lad? They'll hang you and your accomplice. Ha ha ha!
You shouldn't have picked up that gun, Adil. But more importantly, Zellner's dead! No, Zellner! You'll pay for that, Inch.
You've met your match, Raven. You hear me? Wherever you are, I beat you.
Good evening, Mr. Inch. The eyes of the Sphinx, if you would be so kind.
You? That's impossible!
The jewels, now! Inch, don't move a muscle. You're under arrest.
both fakes in the end that Inch had. But Zellner is still dead. Zellner is still dead.
A master thief who stole 2 cheap fakes and then fell to his death. A shot that no one could explain. But for the newspapers, it was the real jewels that were the heart of the story. The eyes of the Sphinx, reunited in the Egyptian Museum.
What kind of game is this?
The Raven's game.
At least you caught him. Again.
I saw the surprise and the anger in Inch's eyes. He knew he'd been played.
You don't mean...
At first they wanted us to believe that it was Gephardt. And now we're supposed to believe that it was Inch. He's still out there.
Is he?
So then, who is the Raven?
Who is the Raven? Maybe we'll find out.
Hello there, handsome devil.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Don't! My father will be here any moment.
Did you tell him about our engagement?
She did. I almost slipped out of character.
Oh, Daddy, we all know that would never happen. You were Anton Jakob Zellner through and through, even with the world crashing down around you.
Didn't go too badly, did it?
Well, Inch nearly blew us up, and I was almost charged with murder.
Ah, yes. Exciting, wasn't it? I haven't had fun like that since I retired.
Dr. Gebhardt nearly killed you.
Nobody could have suspected the doctor. At least we managed to clear things up quickly.
I would have preferred it if things went according to the old plan. We would have swapped the jewel aboard the ship, and Alex wouldn't have been kidnapped by Inch.
And I'd have preferred it if you hadn't given me a nasty bump on my noggin.
And what would your excuse have been for staying on board if I hadn't? Hey, I improvised.
Good point.
I was afraid Inch would realize you were wearing a bulletproof vest.
He was too confident. After he foiled your plan, he thought he had everything under control. He never really took a look at the emerald in the display case. He just assumed that they shipped the real jewel from Switzerland.
And after my little tussle with Inch, we had both jewels.
He blew half the museum to smithereens just to steal a fake.
He was always rude and insolent. I never should have worked with him. His double-dealing cost his brother's life.
And his own as well.
I'd still rather see him in jail than in a morgue.
He shouldn't have messed with the Raven.
To your retirement.
To the future.
To the lip-syncing! Where was it? There wasn't much lip-syncing in that final cutscene, but that is indeed who the Raven is! It was Zellner all along!
Finally. Dear Nico, the Raven
is dead. Yet other criminals live, and they are more brutal and ruthless than he ever was. Who will stop them? It would be tragic if a good policeman failed to do so because he was hunting for a dead man and ruining himself in the process. Let the dead rest in peace. They are not coming back.
Are.
And now, everything has been explained. Everything has been explained. Why Zellner was how he was. Why everybody acted how they did. Remember when, right at the beginning of the game, Zellner said that when he was acting, he went right into the character? He was acting as Zellner all along. But in fact, he was indeed the Raven. Patricia was his daughter, and Adil was the person that was engaged to marry Patricia, although he didn't know that at the time, did Zellner. And they were all working together right from the start. The jewel that was shipped from Switzerland was not in fact the real jewel at all. And so, right from the start, Inch was trying to steal a fake jewel. And in the end, the Raven was as he always was. The two eyes of the Sphinx were indeed reunited, and the fake Raven was uncovered and defeated. And as Zellner said, although he would have preferred the Raven Inch to have been in the jail rather than a morgue, things happened how they did, and they had to improvise. That is indeed the end of The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief, a game I really, really enjoy. It's got a good set of characters and a good story. Unfortunately, I do think that around about Act 3 is when things start to get a little rushed. Some things I think aren't as explained as well as they could have been. The jumping between different various points is a bit jarring, but that's mainly because you're playing as either Adil or Patricia, and thus you don't have that unified length of time, because things happen and you're not there, because Zellner is doing things at that particular point. So, and I also do agree that the writing gets a little... In Act 3, I found that the writing wasn't as good as it was in Act 2 and Act 1. The bit with Zellner was very unified and very connected altogether. But to be honest, by the way, good voice acting there from Peter. But the voice acting was really splendid in all of them. I like all the voices in this game. Really good voice acting indeed. But, yeah, I like the bit with just Zellner was the most enjoyable part of the game for me. The bit with Adil and Patricia, definitely needed there to explain how things happen. Because I don't think the game would have been as good if basically at the end, like in a Poirot story, they just stood there and everything was explained somehow without... Because Zellner really didn't know everything. Zellner didn't know absolutely everything that was going on, and for that you needed to see the perspective of Adil and Patricia, to know the events around, to find out the reasonings for Gebhardt and all of that. Very enjoyable game though, really like it, really good music, really good atmosphere, really good puzzles. Most of the puzzles, a few of the puzzles near the end of in Act 3 are a little unusual, but definitely most of the puzzles really good and really well thought out. And the dialogue, really enjoy it. Basically, I really like The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. It took a while for me to get to like it. I didn't think I'd like it, as I said at the beginning, but I really like this game. They make more games like The Raven, and I'll be really, really happy. There's another point-and-click adventure game finished, and one that I really enjoy. As to what will happen after this game, I don't think I'm going to be doing another point-and-click adventure game afterwards. I do know what I want to do afterwards. I think I'm going to be returning to something that I've not been doing for a little while, and it should be enjoyable for me to do, because it's been a long time since I've been playing that game. There we go. That was Chapter 3. Secret solved, 5. Hint function used, 0. Hotspot highlight function used, 0. 8,500 adventure points. Masterly. There you are. Masterly, Chapter 3. There are a lot of extras. You can unlock the bonus material, the concept art, and the artwork gallery, and the soundtrack. But I think I'll leave that for you to look at by playing the game yourself. I know that you might have watched it, but there's really something about playing a point-and-click adventure game that really pulls you into the game. I was really pulled into this game, and really pulled into other ones like The Goblins 2 and 3, and Space Quest 1 to 4, though 4 is the only one that actually is a point-and-click adventure game in this style. And if I played the King's Quest games, the King's Quest 5 really like. And I really like King's Quest 6 as well. Point-and-click adventure games for me just have that thing that if they're a good point-and-click adventure game, I'll really enjoy it. And I really enjoyed The Raven, doubly so because of the story. But what's to come? As I say, I think we're going to return to something that I haven't done for quite a while. Something that I hope that I'll really enjoy. And I hope you enjoyed watching The Raven and seeing the exploits of Zellner, the great Constable Zellner, The Raven. I'm Kikoskia, and that was Let's Play The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. And when we come back, who knows? Something that we've treaded on before, and yet not. And yet not. I'm Kikoskia, and I'll catch you next time. I'll see you then. Later. But what if Zellner was the Raven? Dun dun dun! Oh, wait, he was. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? I can't really do that joke anymore. Or can I? Dun dun dun! Later.